House prices in Britain have slumped dramatically over the past year, the fastest decline since records began. Figures from the country's biggest mortgage lender, the Halifax, suggest prices fell by more than 16% during the year and are already back to 2004 levels. Meanwhile, the number of mortgages being approved has fallen to its lowest level for nearly a decade. Here's Rory Cellan-Jones.
By any measure, it was a terrible year for the housing market. 12 months ago, the average UK home cost nearly £200,000. By the end of the year, that had fallen to just under £160,000. And in the last 3 months, prices were more than 16% lower than the previous year. Back in the early 90s, a housing market downturn lasted for 6 years, but even over that period, prices didn't fall as far as they have just in the last 12 months. Today, this deserted North London estate agency tells its own story. Prices keep falling, but the phones aren't ringing and visitors are scarce.
I've been in the business for probably nearly 25 years, and I don't think I've seen it quite so bad, and it hit quite so quickly as it has this time, with the difficulty of getting mortgages, the worries about unemployment, and the difficulty of selling.
And that mortgage shortage was highlighted by today's credit survey from the Bank of England. It shows that lending to households has been squeezed even tighter over the last 3 months. And exactly the same thing is happening when it comes to the banks making credit available to businesses. That's despite the cut in interest rates all the way down to 2%. So now there's speculation that rates could fall again next week, as low as 1.25%. But if that happens, then many nationwide customers won't benefit. The Building Society has invoked a clause which puts a 2% floor under some of its tracker mortgages. Getting the housing market and the rest of the economy moving again may take time.
We need to get more money into the system. I'm sure that will come. We need to have a bit of patience here. It will get better, but it's not going to get better in January or February. It will take a few more months and a bit more activity from the government and indeed the central banks to push it forward.
They've actually just agreed now at 163, I think, just a couple of days ago.
A rare sale in the North London housing market, but only after a big price cut. Estate agents, forever optimistic, believe the market may be moving again. But nobody is betting that prices won't fall further this year. Rory Cellan-Jones, BBC News.
The British soldier